Hello, troopers, and welcome back to G.A.R. Productions. Today we'll be finishing ranking every clone trooper, at least in separate categories, with the about 2008 to 2012 Clone Wars style clone troopers. These are some of the best clone troopers that LEGO has truly ever made, and a very hard list to compile. I think even though this is ranked worst to first, I really don't think any of these clone troopers are truly bad. I think there are certain troopers from other eras and times that are truly questionably or just matter-of-factly bad, but I don't really think there's even a single one on this list that's truly bad. It's just I think certain ones are better than the others. We're going to hop right into it. We have 14 clone troopers from that era, and at the bottom of the list is the number 14 spot is the Bomb Squad Trooper. Again, a really cool trooper, really cool design. The reason I just think it's at the bottom, it just kind of came a little late, and the quantity was kind of like, I don't know why they did two. I would have thought they'd been better to do two Horn Company troopers and then one Bomb Squad. Just different things like that. And again, he came out like a couple of years after they were seen once in the Clone Wars. So that's kind of what puts it down here in the number 14 spot. And number 13 spot, I have the Phase 1 Clone Wars Clone Pilot. Again, really nice design, but again, what hurts this is just technically, the reason I put this in 13 is technically, again, not being accurate because it does have the fin, and I don't know if, I guess they just don't want to do a different mold. None of the Clone Pilots are supposed to have fins, and they've all had it, so that's kind of what ends up pushing their marks down at times, is that reason. And that what pushes the Clone Wars Clone Pilot down here in the number 13 spot. At number 12, just because, again, some of these clone troopers are so good, I think this clone trooper is honestly really good, but I just think the rest of them are a little bit better, is the Phase 1 Clone Wars Clone Gunner. Really nice to get him back in the perhaps the most well-known and the greatest battle pack, at least clone battle pack, if not most well-known army-builded battle pack of all time, the Clone Walker battle pack. So he's at the number 12 spot, and then kind of going along with him in the number 11 spot, just because I think they nailed it right out of the get-go. It's a very nostalgic clone trooper, the Phase 1 clone trooper from the Clone Wars. I think it's a very nostalgic trooper. I think they did an amazing job right off the bat. I really think this clone trooper still holds up well to today's standards, and it was done, almost 15 years ago, so it's an amazing figure, and down here, or up here in the 11th spot. At number 10, again, very hard list. Some people might disagree with me. I have Clone Commander Cody. Maybe just some accessory choices at times seemed a little weird, and would have been nice to maybe get actually orange instead of gray back then. So that's kind of what maybe put it down here in the number 10 spot. Just above him, I have Clone Commander Gree, really nice printing. Again, kind of maybe almost an unexpected clone trooper. Not really, I guess, with him doing some Geonosis sets. Would have been really nice to get some 41st Elite Corps Phase 1 troopers somewhere in the Geonosis sets, but unfortunately we did not. Could say the same for 212th ARF and other troopers. A lot of missed opportunities, unfortunately. They did some really nice Geonosis sets, but kind of some missed opportunities with some of those clone troopers, honestly. But still, really nice to get Commander Gree. Just above him, I think, just because I think the printing's really good for him compared to his newer self, Phase 1 Clone Commander Fox, really a nice trooper. Now, these almost 15 years later, there's different variants that have come out that are actually really expensive because of how rare they are. So he's a really good trooper. Really good, again, design, kind of unexpected one to get. It wouldn't be necessarily one we'd really think about getting now, but because of his more fame later in the Clone Wars and this original figure, it kind of helped him coming back, even if his second iteration, Phase 2, is not to the same standards as the Phase 1. At the number 7 spot, I do have the Horn Company Trooper. I think this was a really good one. This is technically not canon, but it makes definite sense because I've seen Eth Koth in Battlefront 2 promotions with its being 442nd. I think Horn Company is actually part of the 442nd Siege Battalion, and Eth Koth is actually one of their commanders. So I think Horn Company as a whole, again, like I'm saying, is 442nd. They have the right colors, similar markings. But anywho, besides my little headcanon there, Horn Company Trooper, really nice trooper. Again, another expected one, but I think it fit well, especially being in combat. Would have been nice to see it, but I think he's a little bit more desirable and wanting to army build more than the Bomb Squad. So very nice trooper, and at the number 7 spot right in the middle. Just above him, finishing out the clones from that battle pack, is the ARF Trooper. What a fantastic trooper. I wish we had got more variants of the ARF Trooper. Amazing helmet mold design. really could be re-put into production to today, excuse me, and released again in a set, and people would be very excited about that. Definitely would love to see some ARFs again. Just above him, breaking the number 5 spot, I have the Wolfpack Clone Trooper. Such an amazing trooper here. Really amazing overall designs. A very desirable trooper. Unfortunately, only came in that excuse me, Republic frigate. Really cool. Would have been nice to army build, but again, very hard. Even back in the day, I'm not sure how much he was. Now he's $100. So this is actually, I think, the most expensive clone trooper to army build. He's up there with like the 442nd and the clone scout trooper. But I think he's the hardest phase 1 Clone War style clone trooper to army build. So wish we get in a little bit of a cheaper set, or been able to army build him a little bit easier. But take that aside, an amazing clone trooper, definitely deserves the number 5 spot, and just I think beats out the other ones, just barely beat out. Above him, I have the Horn Company ARF Trooper. Again, I think this, or excuse me, not Horn Company, Rancor Battalion ARF Trooper. Really like the just light deviations on the helmet design, and then the markings. Really, really cool trooper. I think it is a nice little upgrade to the ARF Trooper. It was really, again, another unexpected clone trooper, but one that I'm very happy that LEGO made, and just out of the number 4 or number 3 spot. Heading in the top 3. You guys can probably, if you could go through the list, you can probably have an idea of what the top 3 are. Number 3rd spot, I do have Captain Rex. Really, again, amazing figure that they just went right out of the gate with, nailing the figure. Really amazing hit. Printing design. I think the blue arms go really well with it. Definitely it's time to kind of see some of these phase 1 clones come back for new designs, because people want it. I know phase 2 are more popular, but there is still a high demand for phase 1s, and there's not going to be near as much controversy with phase 1 as well. So I'd love to see Captain Rex again. Number 2 spot, Clone Commander Wolf. Again, another amazing figure. In my opinion, the second best Clone Wars clone trooper that LEGO has made, and definitely could be in the top 5 clone troopers of all time. An amazing design, perfectly represents Clone Commander Wolf, and a very amazing figure. At the number 1 spot, probably to no one's surprise, just because of yes, his desire now, but also his design back then. He has a few issues, but it's not near as bad as another clone trooper that we already talked about that's more recent. Amazing helmet design. You guys have probably already figured it out. The ARC Trooper from the Clones, or Specialist Clones versus Commando Droids Battle Pack. An amazing figure. Again, possibly the best clone trooper that LEGO has ever made. 5 Lonely Clones did like a ranking poll from all his viewers, and I do believe the ARC Trooper won as the best clone trooper of all time, and that's there's a very, very good argument for that, because of his helmet design is unique. It was only a one-off. I wish we had got more ARC Troopers, but it is an amazing representation. Perfectly nailed the ARC Trooper there, and being able to have both different kinds of helmet attachments both fit perfectly as well. Really nice printing. Yes, it's got that bleeding from like that Fox has, but it's way less noticeable and not near as bad as Fox. So again, really nice comma and then cloth pauldron that is, again, unique to him. So again, in my opinion, the best Clone Wars clone trooper that LEGO has ever made, and perhaps the best clone trooper that LEGO has ever made. But let me know down below, guys, if you agree with my list, what your favorite Clone Wars clone trooper is. Thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel and haven't already, please consider liking the video and subscribing. It really helps the channel out with that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.